Okay, so here's another razor clam adventure in the Northwest. I hope you'll stay tuned. Okay, so here we are, May, gosh, what is it? May 20th? We are on the Oregon coast now, just outside of Astoria. So we're gonna do some clam digging this morning. I'm super excited. Okay, let's do it. It's kind of a misty morning, but good low tide and everybody's out there already digging. So we're gonna get busy.
That's all right. Just pull up slow. Get in there and get him if you want. You can get him. Right on. Good job.
Oh man.
Boy, that was deep.
You wanted out of there. So now we're doing ceviche. I am making ceviche with the fresh clams right on the beach. We cleaned them. I'm cutting up this beautiful red onion. And I really, if the wind wouldn't have been going so hard, you can see how windy it is by the bag that's sitting there. It's windy and the surf is going. You really can't hear very well. So I am cutting a whole red onion. We're using 11 clams in this recipe. That bowl is going to be full of such a delicious ceviche. I'm not even kidding. Over the course of 2 days, it was devoured. But this is one of my favorite ceviches I've ever done. I've done shrimp, I've done tilapia, I've done scallops, all those, you know, and this is absolutely wonderful. It's not fishy, it's absolutely wonderful. Okay, so you guys know I like clam ceviche. Okay, so a big red onion, that is going in, and then I'm gonna get to the rest of this. It was such a great day on the beach, and you bring all this stuff. So I've got some serrano peppers here where I literally, and they're hot. They're hot. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm cutting the ends off of these right now. They're hot, and I opted to do 4 serrano peppers. I love serranos. They have a different heat, and so I washed them off because we had a 5-gallon water jug right there. So I got them washed off real good. Serrano peppers have a different heat and a different flavor than like a jalapeno, and they're just delicious. I really love them. So if you want to kick something up, add a serrano. You only need to add 1, because trust me, this was spicy, but oh, I loved every bit of it. So I cut my other paring knife out. The knife, that green knife that I brought, I'm just going to tell you, it's been in my drawer. It's not a great knife. And I'm also pretty cold right here while I'm doing this. It's pretty cold outside. As you can see, I still have my coat on, but yum. We're going to do lots of peppers. And oh, I thought I only put 2 of those. So I put, okay, never mind, 4 whole serrano peppers. No wonder it was hot. I thought I only put 2 in there, and I was like, darn, that's hot. I'm going to give you 2 more, I believe, and they are seeded. But, yeah, I'm going to start taking the seeds and the membrane out because I'm like, this could be hot. So when you can smell that capsaicin, yeah, it's time to figure out if you're okay with that kind of heat. Yeah, super, super good, but very hot. Anyway, okay. So we got our peppers, and I hope you guys are okay with me, you know, doing this and doing the voiceover. It was just so windy. So, peppers. And I just chopped up the rest of those, and now we're going to move on to the next part. So you can see here I've got 2 more seeded serranos that I seeded, and my freezing hands, I'm like trying to chop stuff up. But I wouldn't trade the day at the beach like that for anything. You know, it's May, it's not terribly cold, but it is, you get a little blustery going. Anyway, so I thought I would tone it down by putting 2 more that were seeded, but trust me, I thought I only did 2 with the seeds. So here we go. Let me just tell you, it was a little spicy, but that's okay. Now I'm going to grab up some cherry tomatoes, and I'm going to just slice and dice all these cherry tomatoes, and it's going to take me a hot minute. So we're going to get as many as I can get in there for the ceviche, and I'll be back when I'm done with this. Okay, so the tomatoes are just about the first batch. It takes me a while to get all this done, so I'm just going to show you. There's the first little tidbit of tomatoes, and now we're going to get with the lime juice. I have some fresh limes, but I also put some cilantro, so I've got my red onions, the tomatoes, the peppers, and now some lime juice. And I'm going to squeeze the rest of that bottle. There was about, I already did it, there was about, probably 1/3 of a cup. I'm going to do some fresh lime in here, and literally it's going to marinate. You can't beat squeezed limes. Let's get those in there. All right. All right. So yeah. Oh, they were tough. I like to put them in the microwave. Holy cow. Okay, so I have all the lime juice in there that I have. Squeeze some lime, as hard as they were. But I did get quite a bit of juice. I used a knife to get in there. And so I've got everything kind of macerating, if you will. And this is like rustic. Oops. And I dropped them. Anyway, now I've got my clams that are coming off of the ice. Ice baths. We cleaned them right here on the beach. And yeah, it is so good. These were a little smaller than the clams that we got at Long Beach, but overall, they're just so delicious, and I'm very thankful for the harvest. So I'm just going to dice up or, chop all these up. If I see any imperfections on here, I'm cutting it off. And I'm going to get it out of the mix. And there you go. The seagulls will love whatever I toss. And there you go. We're going to chop these up and get them in the mix. So, guys, I really hope that you try this. It's delicious. I'll just keep chopping and dropping. Okay, so I'm still chopping and dropping. And that was a total of 11 clams. A really, really nice batch that we got. And we're just, grabbing everything we can. And so good. Fresh ceviche on the beach. There's nothing better. I really hope that you guys get a chance to try something like this. If you have this in your area, I highly recommend it. If you have never done anything like this and you're curious, go experience it. If you have anything like this, it's awesome. Okay, so I'm putting the rest of the clams in and just mixing it up. You know, all I have is a knife and a really dull knife. I might add, I do have to get that on the sharpener. It wasn't my friend, but I wasn't bringing any of my good knives out. So just get your ceviche all mixed up. And look at that huge bowl of fresh clam ceviche. Okay, and now we're going to let it marinate. From the beach with the ceviche, clam ceviche. Oh my gosh. It is so good. And it was so windy, there was no way you were going to be able to hear me. So I'm going to put some on a little scoop and give it a taste test. I already can tell you this is spicy. I did 2 whole serranos in here and some chopped up tomatoes, peppers, onion, all in one big bite. And then it marinated in the lime juice. We had this last night, but yes, it's, let's hear it. That is so good. With the cilantro. So let me take you to the sink here. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's a sink full of clams. That's 40 of these razor clams. A couple of them got dinged up, but they're gonna get out of their shells here in a second anyway. That guy's still squirting. Clean out, buddy, clean out. We kept them in seawater, so these big fat ones, oh my gosh, look at that. That's awesome. Anyhow, we're gonna get these all cleaned up. The ones we did yesterday, we cleaned them right there on the beach. I like this method much better. So we're gonna blanch these to get the shells off. And it also, there's just kind of a briny thing around there, around the ruffle that you wanna pull off. And it just comes off and cleans easier if you blanch them first. So blanch away. Okay, now that the water is boiling, I'm gonna get these in here and you're literally blanching them until the shells pop open. And that's it. We're gonna get them right back out. It's cooling it down, obviously, but this one's already done. He's already popped. And I've got ice water right there. I'm popping. Okay, these guys are all popping. Shells are out. Might even do them one at a time. Or 2. I don't know if you can even see that as good as I want you to. This one, yep, he says, see ya. See that? Perfect. Done. Oh yeah, he didn't like that. Let go. No. Hot. Just about. I guess I'm not thinking. All right, so that's how this story goes, and we're just gonna keep moving along until we're all done, and then we're gonna go outside and clean. So now we've got all the shells off. They just pop open and they slide right off. In the ice water, these guys go. Now we've got to get this out and clean them and get them. These nice big ones we'll leave whole. There's a couple of them that got in the way of the gun and got a little wackadoodle. I don't know where they are, but any that, you know, that have been damaged at all, we'll just cut those up for some more ceviche. And put them, or chowder, and put them in the freezer that way. These are gonna get 2 more cleanings after this until they are pristine. All right, let's go do it. Okay, so this little guy, well, he's not little. This is a nice sized clam. That's as big as my hand, okay? So once you've got the center, you know, get the stomach all squirted out, you're gonna go ahead and snip off this tough part. And I hear tell they use these on the beach to fish for perch, ocean perch. So you wanna get that. That's where they filter water in and out, and food, I would imagine. Anyway, that gets thrown away. And then I start at that end. So at the vent end, I'm gonna cut right across the top. I hope you can see that. And my scissors are kind of dull. Okay. And this guy's got a lot of sand in here. So once you get there, the better way, and I didn't film it that way for you last time, is to get these gills off before you open that digger up. And I'm gonna keep rinsing as I go. See that? You're gonna just cut that, scrape that off. Now, if we weren't keeping this for like whole fried clams, we could just not worry about it and pull that whole center out if you wanted to. But this is a little easier. Just clean up all that stuff in there. Get this all trimmed up. And then I'm gonna go into the digger. And let me tell you, when they want to get away from you, they're trying as hard as they can to dig away. Okay, so you cut that right down the middle, just butterfly that open, just like that. And then you're gonna clean all of this stuff, gets cleaned out of here. And we're gonna have 2 more rinses actually, because these will go in this other clean bucket over here. And I don't know if you can see that. It's just getting the rest of the food that he's consumed. And there we go. He had a lot in his stomach. We did have these in salt water or ocean water for a couple of hours, so they could get rid of all the sand and stuff. This one had a little bit more than sometimes. And then along the edge, and this is why blanching them, this little string of, it attaches to the ruffly part of the clam, that you want to get all that off. So I'll make sure that's really nice and clean. And there you go, that's a nice clean clam. And it's ready to open up, butterfly, and bread it and fry it. Okay, I'm super picky, so I could be here all day. Anything I don't like, I'm cutting off. Okay, there's that. And voila, into the clean water it goes. Okay, so all the clams are clean. I've got 1 bag in the fridge, and these 2 bags of 5 each are going in the freezer. So there was a total between us 30 clams, and they're delicious. And if you haven't had clam ceviche, I highly recommend it. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about clam digging, if you've ever been, or you've ever been maybe steamer clam digging. Let me know. So this was so much fun. If you want to see recipes using razor clams, let me know in the comment section below, and give me a thumbs up and share this. And oh wait, subscribe.